September of 2012, we left our home port of Seattle on a trip around the world in our Nordhaven 52Dirona. Norway has small tidal exchanges and generally is not known for its strong tidal currents. A notable exception is the narrow channels in the island groups just north of Bergen, where currents can reach 6 knots. The narrows at Kilstraumen and Kilstraumen are particularly strong. We passed through Kilstraumen 2 years ago and were surprised by the strength of the current. With only 266 horsepower in a 110,000-pound boat and 6 feet 7 inches of hull in the water, Dirona is quite sensitive to strong currents. So we try to anticipate where we will encounter them. Generally, if we know it's coming, it's far easier to manage, and there are times when we will simply wait for improved conditions. The most difficult condition to control the boat in is a strong current running in the direction of travel. The only way to get rudder authority is to be running faster than the speed of the current, or at least accelerating above the boat's speed to get more prop wash on the rudder. We find the best way to manage current running in the same direction as the boat travel is to start slow so we can use power to get rudder control when needed without picking up excessive speed. In this particular situation, we are heading north through the short but narrow Kilstraumen channel towards the bridge over the Narrows. As we approach the bridge, we can see the ferry Solundir approaching from the north at 32 knots. Yes, that's right, 32 knots. These ferries really move and their skippers are good. They regularly run through tight quarters like these at full speed. It looks like we're going to meet the ferry at the bridge, and there really isn't room for both boats at that location. And even if there was, we try to avoid being close to another boat when operating in a high current area. As Solundir approached the bridge, we flashed our forward lights to indicate we saw them and reversed into the current. You can see the Solundir immediately flashing its forward lights in return and stopping as well. With care, it's possible to move the boat left and right when holding position in a strong current by just allowing the boat to twist slightly. If the bow points slightly left, the current will force the boat to the right. Using this technique, James held the boat in position and moved out of the channel. I got on the radio with the helmsman on the fast catamaran. He acknowledged, said that we should proceed, and that he would hold position. That's a better outcome for us, since holding position by reversing against a strong current is a delicate procedure, and we prefer just passing through one boat at a time rather than passing in the channel, even if done carefully. As we pass under the bridge and past the Solundir, you can see Dirona is being impacted substantially by eddy currents. Our bow is swinging more than usual, and we have far less rudder authority even as we accelerate. We waved a thanks to the ferry operator, and he immediately ramped up to his normal 32 to 33 knots. You can read more about our trip around the world at MVDirona.com, including an interactive map showing our track with a live update of our current location.